Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome back to my post-Finem spoiler series. This pack's available on the Feed the Beast and Curse launchers, so I think I misspoke on the first episode, said Forge launcher. I don't think there's one specifically that you... Of course, you could install it vanilla if you went and downloaded the file from Curse. You can also get it there, like that, a manual install. Oh. Anyway, last episode we left off, I had made a couple mistakes when I was building my little room here. So I did actually do a quick restart, and this is a different world with a different name, so I'll be able to use this one as my release world. And I even still made a mistake, but I ended up having enough blocks to completely seal up the area here this way. The second time around, since I didn't place any of the terrain blocks in properly this time. So, there we go, nice enclosure. Didn't have quite as good luck when I broke down my spoiled food at getting protein. So I'm a little low on materials here. I don't know if I have enough to get on with what I need to do here. Because if we look in our quest book, we need to put some fiber in our diet. And that's kind of important, because once we have some wood, we should be able to keep ourselves fed, is kind of what that's indicating. So for wood, we're going to need to make some fiber. And that's going to be cellulose, which I believe is 6 and 10 hydrogen and 5 oxygen. 4, 5. It's going to be a cellulose. So from what I had left over after making the algae and planting it, I didn't have quite enough carbon this time. Actually, I have the carbon. Why am I missing oxygen? Well, what I'm going to do to get that, there's a couple ways I can get that. I could go out and get a bucket of water. This is a good early way to get some hydrogen and oxygen resources. If you run out low on those, we can then take that bucket of water and break that whole thing down. That's going to give us some water and some iron back. We're going to throw the water back in there, break that down into hydrogen and oxygen. There we go. Hydrogen and oxygen. But we lost our bucket. Well, we'll take care of that here in a minute. I still need a little bit more hydrogen and oxygen. So to get my bucket back, I can take that iron, turn that back into an iron ingot. But I don't have a crafting table yet, right? Well, this is a problem, since I haven't been able to make enough cellulose to make my wood. And I need my bucket again to get some more hydrogen to make that cellulose. There's an alternative. I could break down a cooked piece of meat. That's going to give me a protein. It's going to give me a whole bunch of materials to work with. But if I wanted to get another bucket of water before I have a crafting table, I can always throw down a crafting grid on the ground with the C key. I think that's in the wrong place. Go like that. There we go. And then press the C key on it again. I got my bucket back. So there is a way to do a little bit of crafting there prior to having a crafting table. And if you really need to do it. So there we go. Get another 16 water. Get our iron back again. And now let's go ahead and change that iron back into ingots. And let's see, we still need to get the final one piece. We need one more piece of cellulose. 6. Oh, no. 10 and 5. Cellulose. Okay, I believe that's what this is going to tell us to do. It's synthesize the cellulose. We need at least 8. And then now that we have that 8, it knows that we can make our piece of wood. And we're just going to make a piece of oak wood. You can actually make all the different kinds of wood using cellulose, same amounts. But I believe any piece of wood will trigger this quest. Same with any planks. Now we can just take our oak wood. Turn into planks like we would regularly. And then it's asking us to make our first crafting bench. Done. Fiber in our diet. It's going to give us a bunch more wood. That's excellent because we want that more wood. We're going to take the spruce wood and the oak wood and we're going to claim that up. And that completes that quest. That's going to unlock this one right here. Do I really need this? Which kind of goes along with what I was doing a minute ago. Breaking down that bucket. So now that I have an actual crafting table, I don't have to put one on the floor. The floor one's nice, and in case of emergency, it's not one I like to use on a regular basis, as it can be difficult to work with. You have to remember to press C when you're done, and such. Okay, so it says I need iron and water. So there's my iron and water again. Because I didn't have the quest unlocked at the time earlier, it didn't detect it at that point. So iron and water was the reclaiming of the bucket of water. Gives me that. Now I can get my iron ingots, which I already did a few times, but let's get our iron ingots back out of there again. And we can make a pickaxe that's asking us for. There we go. Nice primitive tool, pickaxe, iron. Very good. And what am I going to select? I'm actually going to select the more iron at this point, because that's going to help me out a lot. Now you're probably thinking, now that I got this pickaxe, I can go digging around. Well, I'm actually going to chuck this pickaxe, and we'll see here in a second why. So if I can make an iron pickaxe, I bet there's a better pickaxe that I can already make. Obviously, the wooden and stone pickaxes are disabled. They don't make any sense. But other pickaxes that I might be able to make is possibly, where is it at there? All these different pickaxes, go through them. This one I would love to have. I'm not there yet. What I can make right now, though, is a steel pickaxe. There's two versions of the steel pickaxe. So you gotta be careful about which one you can make. Steel, really not too hard to make. It's just iron, 15 iron, and 1 carbon will give me some steel. So let me grab that back up out of there. And we're going to do 15 instead, and a carbon. Get us 3 pieces of steel. You can actually see there's 2 steel pickaxes, and one is from Mechanism and one is from Railcraft, and they can both be crafted because they have different recipes. The Railcraft takes a wooden stick. It has considerably less durability and doesn't break things quite as well as the one from Mechanism, so you want to make sure you use this one. This requires an iron handle and a steel head. This is a big tip, guys. Before you even get into digging anything up, make yourself a steel pickaxe instead of using that iron one that the quest starts you with. You got to make it for the quest. So, next thing I need to do is, let's see, let me check my food situation there. I'm actually getting a little low on food. So I need to do something about that. What I could probably do is break down this protein that I had here. Actually, that's not even a big deal. I actually still have some food, so I'll just go ahead and eat it. Eat some of that. That'll work. Oh, there's a bone out there. I still hear another mob out there. There's a zombie over there in the water. Oh, he sees me. Okay. We'll just leave it go then. back on track to get back to the quest. So we completed one quest. Another one that we might need to be aware of is it's cold enough for you. Now, because I started with the lucky seed, using the word lucky as my seed, you can still see my pod over there. That's a nice view of it from right here. Because I started with that lucky seed, you notice that the biome that I'm in is flower forest. You can see that kind of under my radar. It's really small print, but trust me, it says I'm in flower forest. You can also get that information by bringing up the F3 menu. That is important. If you remember back when we first started, it says find a temperate place. I think it says it in the actual introduction speech story thing. So I'm in a forest, so that's actually really good for my temperature. So I don't got to worry too much about that. But it does get a little cold. I can actually get a little cold in my little cave here, so at some point I might need to warm myself up. And if I had stopped like in a taiga biome, because a lot of times you'll start in taiga biome if you, depending on what seed you start with, you will, it'll be cold, and if you don't move someplace where it's warm, then you have a high probability of getting hypothermia. To counteract that, you need to make an actual torch with coal and sticks. Get you some of these vanilla torches to be able to heat yourself up. When you put that down and stand near it, you can see that my temperature is now starting to go up real quick. Well, maybe not quick, but it's definitely going up because that's there. Now I don't really need to warm up, but I like to keep some of those torches around. You end up in a situation where you need to warm yourself up real quick, you can throw one on the ground. If you need to cool down, you're going to have to get some water or something. Okay, so moving right along. Oh yeah, I broke down all this stuff because I wanted to get some more cellulose. Do I have enough to make more cellulose? Let's find out. Hydrogen was 10 and oxygen was 5. I got 3 cellulose. Well, it's enough to make one of the things that I wanted to make. Actually, I'm going to need to hold on to that. I just realized. Well, anyway, there we go. Cold enough for you, and I can get a quarter of a heart, some more torches, or some fries. I'm going to take the food option here for now, because I think I'm going to need that food before I get too far into being able to make food. If my algae grows, and you can see it's already starting to spread a little bit out there. I got 1 extra. Started with 4. I can see 5 out there now. As that algae grows and spreads, that's going to be a key factor in making my life a lot easier in the long run. But right now, I need some dirt. I need a furnace to cook some things in. So that would probably be my next order of business. Furnace is pretty easy. Just got to break some cobble. Grab that. And that should complete a quest. Yeah. And coal could be kind of helpful, but at this point I think I'm going to go ahead and start thinking ahead about lives. Probably only have 3 right now. Yeah, so, getting more lives would be good. It's actually not too difficult to do in this pack, but it's also easy to have a bad streak where you lose several lives in a row if the situation is not very good. Okay, so the other one we want to get the dirt. Yeah. Because we're going to need to grow some stuff eventually, so. I remember we picked the silicon, and there should be some oxygen. Do I have any oxygen? It looks like out of oxygen down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and break down a bunch of this oak wood to give myself some more cellulose. Break that down. There's me some oxygen. And now we can get silicon dioxide. That is an important resource. One of the things you can make with it is dirt. You can also make glass panes. I'm going to need one of those in a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and pre-make that. So yeah, there we go. I made the silicon dioxide, but I forgot to have it in my inventory when I opened the quest book. So there's me doing the whoops. Fortunately, I still had at least 8 in my thing that I hadn't used up yet. Now I need to make 8 pieces of dirt, which I don't think I have enough. I don't have enough cellulose in there right now, but here's some more cellulose. It's 1 of 1, not 9. There we go. Give me some dirt. There we go. I got enough dirt to finish that up. It's gonna give me some more cellulose, more silicon, so I gotta immediately make some more dirt. I need to take the cooked meat, 1/4 of a heart, or some dirt. I'm thinking that the cooked meat would actually be a really good investment for me at this point, because if nothing else, I can always get the proteins out of it before it rots. There's nothing I can do with these fries, though, so I'm going to eat one of these. Other than eat them, that's what I can do with them. I don't think I'm going to break them down. I could try, but I know I can break these down. These ones actually have a longer duration. The ones you start with have some extra duration to them because of some metadata. So you got a little extra time to use them. So there we go. We've got a bunch of quests unlocked now. We've done dirty jobs. Next thing to do is get some trees. We're nice and secure in here. Got a little bit of wood. So now that I have some wood, I can actually craft some things. Like I can make some doors, which would be nice to have over here. I mean, they're not the nicest doors. I'm going to replace them later with some better doors, but I can at least go in and out. I think that these are somewhat mob-proof. They're malleus doors. Spruce. I think the only ones that aren't somewhat mob-proof are the vanilla ones. Okay, so there we go. 2 more quests done. Safely secure my thing. The sun hasn't even come up yet. The next thing is going to be to get ready for the sun to come up for the second day. So the first thing we're going to want to do when we get that sun coming up is we're going to want to go outside. We'll start with our dirt. We got some dirt. We want to be able to take some tree saplings out there to plant. So let's get those ready. So we're going to need chlorophyll. Oh, it's raining. I usually already do this, but there we go. Let me kill the weather noise so you guys don't hear it. Just completely turn it off. I can see, if I look out there, I can see that it's raining. Okay, so I need chlorophyll, which is lots of carbon, hydrogen, sulfur, and stuff. No, not sulfur, sorry. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, magnesium. Now, fortunately, I have this one memorized. I think I mentioned this already in the first episode. 35, 5, 4, and 1 magnesium. So let's get some chlorophyll. Okay, chlorophyll with our cellulose. It's gonna give us our oak sapling, maybe. Oh, yep, there it is. There it is. Okay, cool. We got our oak sapling, and that's gonna reward us with a dark oak. I like dark oak. That's why you automatically get it. Then you get your choice of whatever other vanilla wood that you want. I like to go with spruce. Just those are my 2 favorites anyway. But jungle's there if you like that. I'm not sure if you prefer to farm with birch or or acacia, it's there as well. And then oak is really easy to make too. They're all actually fairly easy to make. They all have about the same recipe. Just put the cellulose in a different place. Yeah, so oak is cellulose there, spruce, birch, jungle. So you can make all of these vanilla saplings. We won't get into forestry saplings for quite some time. But yeah, there we go, and hopefully the sun will come up before too long. In the meantime, there's something else I could do. Instead of waiting for the sun to come up, I can go ahead and toss some more of this cooked meat in there, get some protein. I'm going to break that protein down. One of these is actually useful. I don't know if I have any titanium. I don't have any titanium dioxide, but a different way to make wool is to use glycine. Glycine is one of the proteins that comes out of there. There's the glycine. So we save that glycine. Let me break down the rest. And I think it's going to be like 2 glycine per wool, and I need 3 wool, so I need like 6 of these glycine. If I take another 3 protein, that should give me all the glycine I need. Now I need to do is come up with a way to get the titanium dioxide. So we're kind of jumping ahead of ourselves, trying to work out a way to get us a bed. We don't got anything else to do till the sun comes up, so I can use all these materials also to make food if I need to. Well, let's see, throw this stuff over here. I'm pretty sure I did not get any titanium dioxide and all that. Mix, no. I would need some. Okay, I think this might be good wrapping up point. Nah, we can do more. I'll get these trees planted. Be a fairly short episode if I don't do a little bit more here. So I will show you one more big trick. Big trick. Okay, so I need building materials. I need resources. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by chiseling this. There we go. I can get the stone. Then I can turn that stone back into regular smooth stone. And then I can use that smooth stone to throw in the chemical decomposer and get materials. I have a much better chance of getting materials if I use the smooth stone rather than just throwing cobble in there. So it's about a two times difference. So I get twice as much material if I use the smooth stone. So if we take a chisel, this also, I'm no fool. I know that one of the biggest things that people are scared about in my pack is the silverfish. And really you should be, because they can really cause you some issue. Especially if you run into them early on, like inside your base. They can cause a lot of havoc. But now I can switch that stuff back into some regular old stone. And maybe I'll get some titanium dioxide, I don't know. Oh, looks like I'm thirsty. Oh, and I'm cold. Well, that's easy to fix. Okay, there we go. We're getting a bunch of materials. Titanium dioxide. I don't know if I'm going to get that from stone. Maybe a little bit. Anyway, that's what I'm going to work on while I wait for the sun to come up. As soon as the sun comes up, I'm going to go take some dirt, plant these. Actually, the sun is looking really close to coming up. So that's going to interrupt what I'm doing here, because I definitely want to get those trees growing as soon as possible. And if I happen to see a skeleton, which I see one over there, if I get some skeleton bone, that might solve my problem of needing titanium dioxide. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put one tree right here. And I think this would be my dark oak. Sure. And then I'm going to come over this way a little bit. And we can put the oak tree here. Oh, there's something. Some mob dropped. I should not be out here right now. You see I'm getting serious hypothermia. So let me get this planted and let me get back inside and get warmed back up before I have some long-term issues. Oh, get over here by the torch. Alright. Alright, well there we go. The sun's coming up on a new day. We got everything ready. We got trees growing already. I think that's pretty good second episode. We're very secure in our little base here, I think, for now. And one more thing I want to show you, because I want to do a bunch of stuff off camera between this episode and next, because it's just going to be boring digging. But now that I have my chisel, right? Whoops. My chisel. I can chisel that obsidian. And now that that obsidian is chiseled, this steel pickaxe from Mechanism will be able to break it and retrieve the obsidian. So there we go. I'm already able to start shaping out the inside of my base here. I've only got a couple quests done. I can put this furnace down someplace. I think that if I put the furnace down, it might actually contribute to warming me back up. Just going to put it under there. Oh, I do have some bone. Look at that. I do have some bones. So if I break that, give myself some bone meal, toss that in there, get my titanium dioxide. Oh, look at this. Doing pretty good. So with my glycine and titanium dioxide, I can make my 3 pieces of wool. Nice. You know what else I want to do? Since I can make some carpenter's blocks. And that might have completed a quest for me, because I'm going to go ahead and make a carpenter's bed. We're gonna do it in style as much as possible. There we go, carpenter's bed. Now I have some place to sleep. Sleep off the nights and the rain. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do a bunch of digging. I'm gonna dig this all out, a whole bunch of this all out using the chisel. I can also, when this iron chisel gets low, I can easily replace that now with an obsidian chisel. I'm going to go ahead and make that. I'm going to use that one as soon as this iron one runs out. And yeah, we're looking pretty good in here. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and a thumbs up. Next time we're probably going to have to get into some gardening. And I probably completed a quest that I just haven't unlocked yet by making those carpenter blocks. We'll see. So yeah, next time it will look a little different. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to dig that all out back there and smooth out these walls and stuff. Now that I have a chisel and steel pickaxe. And I've still got a pretty good food supply left, so I should be good there, and plenty of materials to make more food if I need to. Because remember, I can always turn my cellulose into wheat. We'll get into that in the future too. So, till next time, guys, I will catch you later.